Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner and I have a returning guest in the corner. Would you like to unveil your not so secret identity?
Hey guys, it's GK Bose. What's up?
Well, they're very excited to have you on. I can already see that the live chat is happy to hear from you again.
Aw, I'm very happy to be back. You guys are awesome.
Aw, thank you. And it's so great that we got a chance to talk with you because you have new video games on the horizon and new projects, which means you're working, which is a good thing.
Hooray! Yay! We love working.
Yeah, especially in this business.
Oh my goodness, yes.
But for the anime fans out there, you actually get to return as a character for the show Durarara for season two.
Yes, that was very exciting and very unexpected. I had, because it was so long ago that we did the first season, and I had almost completely forgotten about it. And when they called me in, I was like, wait, who's this character again? And this season, she talks a lot more. She's so much fun. Her personality comes out. I love this character. I've decided she's my spirit animal.
That's a really interesting character to relate to too, because she's kind of a eccentric, like.
She's a spaz. No, she's a total spaz. And I love voicing her, and her lines are hilarious. And, I know there's people always, they have their issues about, the dubs versus subs. And I don't, it makes me wish I spoke fluent Japanese so that I could understand what she's saying in Japanese. And I'm curious to know, how close. I know they work very hard. All the writers work very, very hard to get the translation as close as possible. But she's so funny and spastic in English, and I would love to just know if she's that funny and spastic in Japanese, or if it's more. You know what I mean?
No, I totally understand, and I think her relationship with her siblings is really interesting too.
Yeah, it's my kids won't be watching this show.
I could totally understand why.
But I love her introduction this season. That was probably one of my favorite episodes ever of any show to record, when she just introduces herself and says what she likes and her dislikes. And she just goes on, and her sister's like, "Hey, hi," and that's it.
Yeah, I kind of like how her sister is so disillusioned, but when it comes to the character Isaiah, he's pretty, he's just, they seem to counterbalance each other actually pretty well. They seem like they're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, but she's fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited to get a chance to hear it, specifically if you really enjoyed returning to the role. I think that makes the role better for everybody out there.
Oh, I hope so. I know Durarara gets a lot of love, so I'm hoping she'll be back and be in more episodes, because she's probably one of my all-time favorite characters.
Yeah, whenever I go to a convention, they always request music from Durarara. That is a given.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So that's something I've learned whenever I go to a con, that I better have my Durarara music set and a few other choice shows at the time. So yeah.
That's awesome.
But you also have a new video game on the horizon that's coming out in October, October 13. I believe you can talk about that.
Please remind me which one that is. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Coming out this fall.
It's Rodea the Sky Soldier.
Oh yes, duh, yes. Rodea the Sky Soldier. That was a fun game to record. I'm sorry, but it's so funny, because I know the fans, I'm sure, know, because voice actors are always complaining about the NDAs that we constantly live under. So we're like, wait, what can we talk about? What can't we talk about? Can we talk about this yet? Yes, Rodea the Sky Soldier is, oh my gosh, the animation on that game is beautiful. And it was a lot of fun. To record. Kyle Haybear plays Rodea, So it was fun to, we never actually got to record together, but he recorded everything first, so I got to play off of all of his lines, and so it was like he was there in the room with me, so this was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's cool. And the only reason I didn't outright say it is because I'm like, I hope she didn't get a call from somebody that says, no, she can't talk about it right before the interview. So,
No, I'm pretty sure, I mean, because I know, everything has been announced, and I believe the English trailer is already up on YouTube.
yeah, there is an English trailer that features, I'm trying to remember all of the character names off the top of my head, but it definitely has Rhodia and it has the character Ion, I believe.
Yes, Ion.
Yes.
And
And
then there's Princess Cecilia, and I voiced both of those characters.
that must have been really interesting because the two characters are very different.
Yeah, and that's always fun to do. I mean, I've done shows where I play like the same like two different characters that actually have to speak to each other. So just talking to myself, and that's always a fun challenge. But these two characters were great. It was a lot of fun because they were. I mean, it was essentially, I think, supposed to be like this. I think Ion is a reincarnation of Princess Cecilia in a way.
Mhm.
At least that's how it was explained to me. So Ion is still kind of in that same vein, but of course not as regal and royal and proper and all that stuff.
Yeah, it seems like she likes machinery and tinkering around and stuff like
Yeah.
that. A little bit more of a tomboy, but yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
I can't imagine that being nothing but fun just to think of the different ways. Okay, is my voice different enough? Is anybody gonna know? I think I've
Right.
got this.
But they were very good because we did, I want to say we did a lot of the stuff in the same session so I could hear it right there, what I was doing for Ion versus what I was doing for Cecilia.
Mhm.
And they played it back and I could hear the difference and make sure I was still staying in character with each one. So, I mean, it depends because they were so close. I mean, sometimes, obviously, if you have a character that's very, very broad, like I did a show for Disney a few years ago, an episode where I played a Chinese empress talking to an African queen. And so they were so different, and that was easy to kind of go back and forth from. I didn't have to worry about them having one sound like the other.
Yeah, then you'd have some really interesting cultural mix-ups.
Oh, yeah. And that's one of the beautiful things about voiceover, too, is that, like, growing up where I grew up, just in very, very rural, podunk California, I had a really hard time just kind of fitting in ethnically because I'm such a mix. My mom is Asian and Middle Eastern, and my dad is Native American and Cuban. And I didn't really, I wasn't Asian enough. I wasn't, Latin enough. I wasn't, anything else enough of one thing. So I had a hard time just kind of fitting in. But the world of voiceover has been so healing. It's been very therapeutic, and it's like a career of just being able to be whoever and whatever, and it doesn't matter. And the ethnic mix has it's come in handy because I've gotten to do, the Chinese empress legit because I'm Asian, and I got to do, the Native American character because I'm legit, I'm Native American, and then I get to do, whatever else. I've been blonde hair, blue-eyed Barbie for Mattel, and I'm so excited. The latest character that I booked is for Doc McStuffins, which is a phenomenal show in and of itself. Just, breaking all kinds of cultural, I guess, paradigms. It's breaking out of a box in a lot of different ways. Even though it's for little kids, I loved just seeing just kids of all different ethnicities running around with Doc McStuffins, who's a little black girl doll. So she's not a doll, but, running around with her doll in the store. I just don't think we would have seen that 20 years ago. But anyway, the character that I booked for that show is this cute little mermaid with pink hair. And it's just so freeing to be able to play all kinds of different species and let alone ethnicities.
Well, no, that's good to know because I know that some of our listeners do have kids or nephews or nieces, so they could definitely watch out for you when their kids or nephews or nieces won't let them take control of the TV.
Yeah, I know. And then it happens, yes, when you have children, but you just, you don't get any dibs on the television, until they
Yes.
go to bed.
My brother has three girls, and it's always like, why are we watching this? Whenever I have something that's on that I want to watch.
Of
So
course. Oh, forget even trying to watch Game of Thrones. That is just not happening. Like, like out of the house.
I think the only one that like my mom has convinced them that is okay is Wheel of Fortune. That's my mom's thing, and that was her nana's thing. Is they'd always watch Wheel of Fortune. So now the kids watch Wheel of Fortune with my mom.
Hmm. That's a fun show. I used to watch that a lot when I was a kid too. Like
Yeah.
Hangman.
Oh yeah. Well, awesome. Well, for the fans out there, in case they want to grab Rodea, it is on pre-order, and I'm going to link that in our live chat. So we're going to take a quick break here on 91.8 The Fan, so don't go anywhere because our special guest is in. Keep it tuned to your favorite station where we play everything you want and nothing you don't. Hey, everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. My special guest is still here, alive and breathing.
Hello.
Always a plus when they're actually alive when I come back from break. No, I'm kidding. Wait, there's this running joke that my live chat has where they don't know what happens during the break. They think like they make jokes like I'm threatening the talent or something or another. So I always like to come back with kind of a joke back. When they're
She
really
threatened me like you would not believe, just so you know.
took away all your coffee and your hipster Californianness. No, I'm kidding.
You guys are in Vegas, right?
Yes, so we're based out of Vegas.
Yes. I was so tempted just to tell my family, hey, look, I've got this radio interview in Vegas, so I have to be there. They cannot do it over the phone or via Skype. I have to be there in person, but that they didn't buy it, unfortunately.
Oh. Well, if you do ever come to Vegas, I would love to show you around.
That would be awesome.
Definitely.
It's great to, have a wonderful excuse to go.
Exactly.
It's work. Hey, I gotta go. It's work.
It's networking. It's connections. That's how that works.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Well, for the fans out there, are there any conventions that you have coming up where they can meet you?
You know what? I actually do not have any. I don't. Unfortunately, I don't really have a luxury to do a lot of those. I'm hoping to do more later. But yeah, the short answer is nothing anytime soon. But if I have something, I will let you guys know.
Fantastic. And you post updates like that on your website, your Twitter?
Yes.
What other social media places do you have?
Twitter is probably the best. So please follow me at GKBose. I also have stuff up on my website. I need to update it a little bit, but my website's just gkbose.com. And you can see fun in-studio pictures with lots of other amazing voiceover actors on my Instagram, which is GKBose. Very easy to remember. And I've kind of become a little, social media hoe because it's so much fun. I've been resistant for so many years. Oh, social media, I don't want to do it. It just looks like so much work. And it can be, but I've actually been having a lot of fun with it. And the in-studio pictures are a lot of fun. Like this morning I did a commercial session with Laura Post. And, it's just fun being able to, just take pictures with other voiceover actors because we hardly ever get to see each other. It's it can be a lonely job because we always record alone. And, every now and then we'll record together, but it's pretty rare. And, when you get in the studio and actually see another face, it's just like, oh, we have to commemorate this moment. And so then I was in with Aaron Fitzgerald last week, and gosh, we went stupid with the pictures, but they're fun. They're fun to see, and, you can see where we work and, how fancy our studio is. Not really, but, you can see how, kind of like the behind the scenes stuff. It's fun.
Well, I just started following you on Instagram. I just recently got an Instagram, like earlier this year. That's the one I was hesitating on. I love Twitter. Facebook is okay. I'm
Yeah,
pretty good on my website, but Instagram was the one I was like, okay, but I can post pictures to Twitter. Do I need this? And I got one anyway.
exactly. Yeah, I was totally with you. And like even like with Twitter, I was like, I don't need Twitter. I've got Facebook. And yeah, I just started. I mean, it's a very for me, it has become a very slippery slope. I'm just like I love it so much, and it's
It's
so
like
fun just to keep
Pringles.
in touch with people.
Once you pop,
Yeah,
you just
you
can't
know,
stop.
it kind of is. It kind of is, and you know, and especially like I think in this business, um, it's we're all by ourselves most of the time, and so I get to feel like you know, and you know, as a voiceover actor, you know, a lot of us are introverts, which is why we do this because we don't have to be around anybody else. But we get to like online and stuff. It feels like I'm being social, so it's kind of sneaky. I'm not like I don't have to actually like see anybody, but I'm reaching out and I'm talking to people. So see, I have a social interaction. Look, really, I am.
I'm gonna let my
That's how I
roommate
justify
listen
it.
to that. I'm gonna let my roommate I've known for 13 years, and he's like a cyclist, and he's like, I want to live in a log cabin in the mountains, and I want to go out and do this and meet people and stuff. And I'm like a homebody, so I got to let him listen to that just so he knows that I'm not alone.
Yes, I mean, I'm not a misanthropist, yeah, but I just, you know, sometimes, yeah, I like having my own space and just doing my own thing, but, you know, it's nice to be able to still, like, pretend to be social. And I am very social. You'll see me, like, I almost, like, respond to, like, every single tweet. It's disgusting. But it's, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
No,
And
I
it's
think the
easy now.
fans.
It's so easy with our phones. You know, I have it with me
Mhm.
constantly. I think one of the things that I was so one of the reasons why I was so hesitant to do it all is because I thought it all had to be like on my laptop, and you know, who sits at a desk and works at a laptop anymore? But now that it's all in my pocket, it's so convenient. I can do it while I'm standing in line at the grocery store, or like you know, waiting for my latte, or even in the booth between takes. But shh, don't tell the clients. I don't do that.
Well, I think the fans really appreciate that too, that you're so active and willing to respond to them.
I hope so. It's a lot of fun. I love hearing from you guys. So please, you know, hit me up on Twitter, and I will definitely say hello.
Awesome. Well, are there any other projects that recently came out or that you're working on that you want to promote to the fans?
Let's see. Ooh, if your fans would be so inclined, I have a really funny, fun web series that I do the voice of the little character who is on there. It's called SIL from Hell, which stands for Sister-in-Law from Hell. And that's on YouTube. I think it's just, you know, if you just go to YouTube, I think it's just, if you just put in the search engine SIL from Hell, it should pop right up. But it's so much fun, and like anyone with any like in-laws or just even like, you know, siblings or whatever can relate to the humor. What it is these are actual emails from a real person to another real person that have been animated, and then I read them and do dramatic interpretations of these emails, and it's quite hilarious.
Oh, geez. With the amount of miscommunications that happen in emails, I can only imagine that this is fantastic.
Oh, it's so much fun, and they're so funny because it's like you can't make this stuff up. You're like, oh my god, did that person really just say that? Oh, what? And it's there's no cussing in it. It's very, you know, it's very family friendly. It's PG, so anybody can see it and watch it. It's even like probably rated for G for general audiences, but it's super cute, and they're very short. They're all like about a minute or so a piece, and there's only 5 episodes up right now, but there's plenty of material to do quite a few more. So fingers crossed.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure the fans will check that out, and I have to say thank you for joining us for the second time, and hopefully, you know, we talk again a little bit sooner next time.
Yes, no, thank you guys so much for having me. It was so much fun and truly a pleasure and an honor. Thank you so much.
Not at all. And before we let you go, is there any words of wisdom, dating advice, or predictions for the end of the world you'd like to give the listeners out there?
Ooh, dating advice. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish there was enough time for that. But yeah, have a great, rest of your summer. Enjoy it. Conserve water. That's my PSA. And yeah, thanks so much.
Fantastic. And for any of the listeners out there that missed any of this interview, don't fret. You can find it on the website within the next few days. So keep your eyes peeled to 918thefan.com and your ears tuned to 91.8 The Fan, where we play everything you want and nothing you don't.